The sport of eMTB was in its infancy when Bosch e-bike systems coined the phrase uphill flow back in 2014. In fact, it was a time when many brands hadn't even thought about producing eMTBs. It was a vision begun by Stefan Schlee and Klaus Fleischer in that light bulb moment that they realised the impact eMTB was going to have on traditional MTB. In essence, it turned flow, which to that point had largely been a downhill thing, completely on its head. But in the early days, the full potential of eMTB was slowly being recognised. It could be argued that unlocking the floodgates to flow are still underway for so many people today. eMTB is still an incredibly new sport, but new technologies, better bikes, fresh skill sets, and most importantly, widened horizons in unfamiliar terrain means that uphill flow is now evolving faster than ever. But what is the essence of it? Wow, Finale Outdoor Region, what an amazing place with so many stunning trails. Now, the e-mountain bike has allowed us all to become kings and queens of the mountain overnight. But what is uphill flow? Well, flow is a state of complete absorption in any given activity. Uphill flow is all about expanding the limits of you and your e-mountain bike, defining new challenges and pathways from A to B. Yet flow isn't just an elitist principle. I think that's very much reflected in the faces and the smiles of people when they first ride an eMTB. But uphill has certainly captivated us. Klaus Fleischer. Klaus, you were into this uphill business from the very beginning, weren't you? But can you explain to us, in a nutshell, what is uphill flow on an e-mountain bike?
So in an easy nutshell, you can take a window, and the lower limit of the window is where it is boring, where you're under-challenged, and the upper limit is where you're over-challenged, where you're in stress. And when you go uphill, this window is quite narrow. But on an e-mountain bike, you can move the whole window upwards. And with your skills, you can overcome even more challenges on a trail. So that's the easy description of an uphill flow window.
Wow, Enrico, what a place. I mean, it is, after all, one of the world meccas. But I think it's important for people to understand it's not just a downhill location anymore, is it?
We got more than 200 descending trails, but we got 34 specific eMTB climbing trails. And just in the back, we see top of Monte Carlo, and there's 6 segments of uphill single trail to get you to the top, and then you can descend anywhere.
That's a big full-on day out, right?
You decide.
Uphill flow is not just about technical riding or flow trails. A newcomer will find flow simply by spinning the cranks uphill on a forest track, the flow of becoming at one with your bike. At the highest level, it requires reading the ground, interpreting the terrain. This is an elemental aspect of flow in the most difficult of places. In between, we all focus on flow in different ways, making it up a bank, summiting, riding at a certain heart rate, keeping up with mates, setting new targets, experiencing the raw natural environment. However, you cannot explain flow, you feel it. A quote by the late, great Ayrton Senna at the Monaco Grand Prix: "I was no longer driving the car consciously, I was driving it by some kind of instinct." So many different levels then, and just being part of a new pastime for many is enough. Flow can simply be riding an eMTB for the first time. That in itself will require just enough concentration. Off-road like you've never done it before. Uphill flow should and can be experienced by anyone, no matter how well they ride an eMTB. Inclusion instead of exclusion. Uphill flow actually stands for the development of products at Bosch e-bike systems. It was the driver behind some of this new technology. Let's have a look at 2 of them. Wow, what a trail, Klaus. It had everything in there, didn't it? Steep bits, flat bits, downhill bits.
Yeah, roll-up is the perfect definition of uphill flow.
And I guess if we're talking about the technology which allows us to do this, then I'm thinking eMTB mode. because it looks at the big picture, doesn't it?
If you take a trail like Roll Up, it has blue sections, which are easy and not so steep. Then you have red sections, it's mainly red, but then you have also obstacles like this, which are more black. And this is where eMTB mode comes in, because it provides the perfect support in any riding situation.
Which allows you to focus on the trail, right?
Yeah.
I want to focus on this particular section and why the technology is so important, because you might be fatigued from doing like 3 kilometers, and extended boost allows us to conquer these sections, isn't it?
So on the trail, mainly you can rotate your cranks and you can pedal uphill, but you have obstacles like this, and then you cannot rotate your crank anymore. But you want to have the momentum, and then the extended boost helps, because it helps you to overcome a situation where you would have a pedal clipping or where it just stall. And with that, you boost yourself over the edge. And this is where extended boost is the solution for technical riding in a red to black section.
Because it also gives you that split second of, it gives you a breather. It allows you to recompose yourself, doesn't it? To conquer pieces like this.
And you need everything. You need a good tire with grip. You need a good body posture and an energetic riding style. And then the motor will deliver the extended boost to help you climb.
You're really inspired by this uphill stuff, aren't you?
We all are, yeah.
Well, I totally am, yeah. But I guess that allows us to, or allows Bosch to develop the technology, right?
Yeah, this is riding bikes and being curious and playing with gravity and playing with solutions like this always helped us to be inspired to bring innovative solutions.
Anna from Milano, you chose the roll-up trail rather than the wide double track. Why is this?
Yes, because it's funnier, it's challenging.
And you get great enjoyment out of that?
Yes, yes. Okay. I love doing uphill with the e-bikes. It's what e-bike is made for.
So we're just coming down from Martina, and we saw a bunch of people on Roll Up, and these guys...
Giulio!
Yuri!
Maurizio!
Bergamo! They're all coming from Bergamo. They're coming from Bergamo, and just to ride e-bikes here in the Finale of the region, and they're going Roll Up. Hi!
Enrico, thanks for showing us around Roll Up today. Unfortunately, I got an injury, so I can't ride the trail. But do you think we're still at the very beginning of the innovation of uphill riding on an e-mountain bike? Or at least just a small steps into it?
I mean, we saw today good signs. Things are happening.
Yeah.
You know, Finale, I believe we've been ahead of the curve always in our development, from cross-country to freeride to enduro. And now, 7-8 years ago, we started the development of e-mountain biking. And a couple of years ago, we said, not many people really do what we do. But now it's happening. So I believe it takes a long time. I mean, look at Bosch, 10 years of uphill flow. Yeah. It was the concept that inspired us. We went to see the very first uphill flow that Bosch did.
You drove there, right?
Yeah, we drove there. We drove like 8 hours just to experience, just to get an understanding. And then we said, okay, how can we do it here, actually, in our place?
Klaus, is this your interpretation of flow, is it?
That's my perfect flow window here.
I mean, I was just talking about complete absorption in activity. You seem to be absorbed.
It's such a beautiful place. You got to enjoy that.
It's funny, isn't it? Because flow was historically known for downhill riding and racing, but the e-mountain bike has pretty much tipped it all on its head, isn't it? But then I think what we need to understand is that flow actually applies to such a wide range of people, doesn't it? I mean, you've got a triangle principle, haven't you? Can you explain it to us?
I would say the e-mountain bike has the potential to widen the range of what you can do with a mountain bike. And with that you have an all-day long riding experience and riding fun. And if you go back to the original psychological definition of flow, it comes with a triangle, where on the tip is the challenge, how difficult is something. On the one corner there is your skills, how capable are you, and on the other corner is your ambition and your aspiration today. And if you have the perfect triangle, and then you are in the flow moment where the challenge, your skills and your ambition are perfect synchronized. And you can describe it also as a bubble where this triangle touches your bubble of your today's flow. And the way we measure flow is with your smile, because if you enjoy it, if you're in that perfect moment, then we smile. And that's what the e-mountain bike does, because it provides now the smile in that bubble going up.
Yeah, I guess you can have, on an e-mountain bike, we're smiling all day long because we're kind of going uphill and downhill, enjoying ourselves.
So we've been riding all day in the Finale of the region, and that's the scale of our territory. 36 uphill trails that spreads out riders all over many kilometers of fantastic trails from Vado all the way to Bardineto. And Klaus, it's been a good day riding bikes.
When we were looking at this map 6 years ago, there was no uphill trail, and it was mainly shuttle from Finalborgo to Melogno to Din to Basenato, and the majority of the riders know this area quite well. But they sit like 2 to 3 hours per day in a shuttle van. And then we thought, how about we widen the experience and use e-mountain bikes while using shuttles, maybe a single lift in the morning, ride all day, from Sportono to Albenga and exploring the backcountry.
And that's now possible thanks to this huge infrastructure where we can go up and down on single trail, which is what we like.
Enrico, Klaus, thanks for a fantastic time today under blue skies next to the Mediterranean on a fantastic trail, roll up. What about the next decade then? Where will uphill flow take us next, Enrico, do you think?
I think it's gonna take us to doing more what we've been doing together and, you know, sharing nature, sharing the outdoors, sharing what we love, big mountains and big rides.
Is that how your relationship started?
Actually, yes, because this day today represents the idea of uphill flow, and this is how we got to know each other already 8 years ago, and we have now all the toys that we need to have such an experience together. And the early adopters already have understood, but for the next 10 years, we will have the early majority to step in and enjoy what we love so much here.
Yeah.
Riding all day together.
Yeah. Folks, I can highly recommend coming to Finale Outdoor Region. There's a wide range of trails here for all types of mountain biker. Fantastic food, fantastic coffee. So get yourselves down here to Finale Ligure and you might bump into these guys. Thanks for joining us.